let's say hello here. So I've got Coach Van, I've got Bruce Naden, I've got Jason Rhoda in there as well. Let me say hello to you guys. Hello, Coach Van. How are you?
Fine, thanks to you. How's it going?
We are doing good and stand up for the champions, I believe.
Thank you. I am doing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us.
Look at this now. Bruce got to show off, of course. Coach Van, how are you doing?
No, fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm just relaxing today, taking it chilled, relaxing at home.
Good to hear. I think you deserve that. And let's quickly say hello to Jason Rhoda as well. Jason, how are you?
I'm very well, Mr. Jacobs. Thank you for having me. Delighted to be here. What more can I say? Just blessed.
No, we're happy to have you. And of course, as you can see, you have the governor, Mr. Bruce Naden, here with us. He just decided he's going to come.
I'm going to gate crash. I gate crash the party, gate crash the success.
Yeah, man. And we are very, very proud of you guys, of course. And our association with Stellenbosch is through this man in studio with us. We've been following him for quite a long while in his capacity as the founder of Sport Chaplains in South Africa. So we've been rooting for all the Western Cape teams, of course. I've prayed for the PSL trophy, by the way, as I've told Pastor Bruce. I've done that, so hopefully one of you guys get it. But let's get to the next gen competition you guys have won. And we've spoken a little bit about it, but Coach Van, from your perspective, how great an accomplishment was that for you?
Yeah, look, I must be honest, when we left to go to the UK, if you had said to me, we're going there to win this trophy, I would have said, you must be dreaming something very big, because I never thought we could go out there and compete against such teams to win it. I definitely believed in our program and our players that we could go there and compete. But to say we were going there to go and win it, I would have never. I would be lying straight up,
Look, I must admit, seeing some of these images pop up on social media, I thought something is happening over there in Leicester. And also very, very proud, like I said, our association with Pastor Bruce, him being a Leicester native, of course. And just watching how the team was playing was amazing to all of us. It wasn't just the fact that you won it, but it just wasn't even close.
Yeah, no, wow, I was sitting there with Coach Jason, and with every goal that went in, I think we looked at each other with amazement. We were amazed at it, pinching ourselves. Is this really happening? The caliber of goals, the caliber of football was just out of this world. It was, I don't know, the boys were just, everything came together perfectly. And it was an amazing occasion for us as coaches, for the whole club, and of course for the players, the most important protagonists of this whole adventure.
I wonder if I can do something. I should maybe bring that in to those watching and also to those listening. If I can do that, maybe I can bring in a bit of just the fact that you guys have done amazingly well. I'm going to try to pull in that into this particular feed. Maybe we can do that. Maybe I'll be able to do that and just play some of that as you hit Leicester for 7. Take a listen.
Leicester City and Stellenbosch FC. Antonio DeWitt, and it might fall for Devon Titus here in the area and squeezes it past. It's Leicester City defense. That's excellent running. Prodded through to Boji. Blocked by Titus. And it's in at the dots. Carl Jurgens again.
Ooh.
Might go for a shot from range here. Oh my word! That is unbelievable from Carl Jurgens. Great opportunity for Boji. 2 minutes left here in Leicester. With him, he goes for one of them, and it's Andrews, who goes for goal from range. Can he find it? Oh my word! That is simply outrageous.
Everyone's been telling him not to shoot from those sorts of distances for ages, and he goes and scores.
Amazing.
So,
That's
gents,
something you might have.
that's amazing. That's amazing. I just needed to play that just to put it into reality for people that actually happened. Coach Rhoda, I saw you shaking your head, but just what went through your emotions watching that again?
Yeah, it's like Van said, man. If before we taking this trip, if you would have told us that, it was just so unbelievable, and just to have everything coming together in the way that it did, you know. I think it's important also to say, people see that performance, and but obviously there was a whole build up. There was a couple of match prior to that during the week, and then obviously there was a friendly match on the second day of our trip. And during that game, our players were sort of like, if I can just say it bluntly, they were selfish. They were individualistic. Players played for themselves. They thought they were going to get, or it looked as if they looked like, thought that, okay, if I play well here, I'm going to get the contract. Somebody else is watching, and all of those stuff. And we managed to beat those guys 1-0, and it was sort of a struggling performance. And I remember after the game, Coach Van went hard. He went hard at the boys, so much so that I didn't even need to add anything towards the end, which I normally do. And I think that was a good wake up call for us, man, to sort of let us know, all of us, especially our players, to say that, guys, if you're not going to stick together, and if you're not going to play for one another, and stick to the things that brought us here in the first place, we've got no chance. So just luckily for us, everything came together at the right time. And I mean, the rest is history, as they say.
So I know Pastor Bruce got some great insights in terms of what happened afterwards. So maybe you want to just chat to the guys from Stellenbosch.
Well, I think I'd want your audience to know that, what happened in the UK with the BDC side is not an accident. Yeah, it might have, what was achieved there might have surprised the coaches, but I think, they need to take an enormous amount of credit because, they've got a talented group of guys, but I've definitely observed over my sort of 13, 14 months at the club that it's more than football. That's the club's motto. And both Jason and Van, they embody that. They're values driven. They're really strong on culture. They genuinely love these boys. But it's not a soft love. It's love that enables them to say the tough things. And I think the guys feel safe actually. And because they're safe, because they trust the coaches, they're able to perform on the field. But I know both of them, and this is a hallmark of who they are as coaches, want to see them develop as men off the field. And in some ways, it feels at Stellenbosch the club that least needs a chaplain is probably Stellenbosch Football Club, because of the quality of the people working at the club and their values. And in the case of both Jason and Van, two men who love Jesus, and their faith shapes the way they coach. And I think you got a sense of that from what Jason shared. Yeah. They came down hard on the guys. Yeah. But they came down on our guys because they really care about it.
But we thank God for Bruce Naden at Stellenbosch FC as well. We know the quality that you bring to any organization as well. Coach Van, I spoke to Pastor Bruce a little bit about your experience there, but I want to hear from you. And I've asked him from his perspective, seeing that he's from Leicester and what he's heard from the folks at Leicester. But what has the feedback been to you in regards to what they've observed from Stellenbosch FC in terms of the quality?
I mean, the work Bruce is doing by our club is just beautiful. He serves faithfully. He serves the Lord faithfully. From management to players, everyone loves him. And he's just, to those who believe and those who don't believe yet, they experience Jesus. When they're around Bruce. So I just want to honor him for being the man after God's heart that he is, and it's been beautiful to see so many lives being impacted by him. I remember his face when I saw him first. He couldn't believe it, that of all places, we're going to Leicester. When he got that news, there was like mixed emotions, I can imagine. But it's just, like I say, sometimes God likes to show off with these things. He just It just makes the perfect script, So yeah, I mean, that was interesting. But obviously Bruce guided us a little bit, places we couldn't explore, all the places that he would have wanted us to see, but beautiful town, beautiful city, and just it all came together perfectly, us going out there to Leicester and just being able to go and be where our beloved chaplain grew up and where he calls home,
And yeah, it is special. But just in terms of, like I mentioned before, what did Bruce spoke something about in terms of the expectation of the South African team going to this next gen cup, as opposed to what they expected and what they've experienced. What's the feedback been for you?
Look, one thing I saw is that when it comes to talent, South African players are in par. We've just got unbelievable talented players, footballers, and athletes in this country. You can look across all the sports. You can see that we can compete from an athletic point of view. The coaches at Leicester, the coaches of Nottingham Forest, they were impressed with our players. They were really blown away by the quality, not only of the athleticism, but the technique, the technical understanding. They were really blown away by that. For us, the biggest takeaway is everything that the boys heard. They hear Coach Jason, myself, Coach Wesley, Coach Steve, Ruan and his high performance team. They're all saying the same things. We are on par in terms of like our education to the footballers. What they do have there is an abundance of world-class facilities. They have also an abundance of staff and support to the players from a numbers and a resources point of view. Not so much, like what they're doing there is like out of this world and we're still in the Stone Age. No, we are on par. And my biggest hope for the players is that they realize there isn't just a magic pill you take and then you become this great professional. It is you who has to make the decision.
Yeah.
And a big thing for us is to try and educate players not to rely on their talents, but to rely on their behaviors. And hopefully this trip showed them that actually from our side, we're giving them the best platform possible. And at Stellenbosch, we give a lot more than other clubs are able to give. So it's really up to them how they want to maximize this opportunity.
I really love that. And so we've got to land. And so, Jason, where to from here?
Yeah, and unfortunately for us, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, we have to go again. We have to go again. There's a saying that in football, people have short memories. So we know that obviously, come the first game of the season, teams are going to come hard at us. So for us, number one, it's again just absorbing everything that has happened, but sort of putting it away or sort of putting it aside and being ready to go again. So there's a couple of weeks that we still have left for our preseason. The idea is sort of just to build on what we have created already. The nice thing for us was, and to just sort of put it in perspective, we said, myself and Van, initially when we started speaking about this, about the trip, we said to ourselves, this is just going to be a sort of extended version of our preseason, with competitive games in between. So that's how we looked at it, from a planning point of view. So we never went there in our mind, we're going out there to win it and all of that, So for us, looking at where we are now, we are currently in a very good space. And I mean, there was 5-6 boys that couldn't travel with us for different reasons, of course, new ones that joined the club, others that didn't have passport because of the numbers that we could only take with. But at least looking at those boys and seeing them just in the friendly the past week that we've played against an American outfit, and just the messages that the boys have been popping in, I can just genuinely see that there's an excitement from them to sort of join this new group of what we have already created and then just kicking on and starting the process all over again. And that is the main thing that we try and teach these boys, to be process driven, to be process focused, not to get too ahead of ourselves. Keep staying in love with Monday to Friday, enjoying the privilege of playing on a Saturday. And for us, it's just a continuation of that, yeah.
Well, I'm sold in terms of what I've heard here, and it's amazing. And I want to say a big congratulations to the both of you and to Stellenbosch.
And I know you've got to finish here. I love listening to these guys, and Jason isn't even a full-time coach. But he's a police officer. He works in the community. He sacrifices a lot, and his family sacrifices a lot for these lads. And I think anybody listening to him will go, "Wow, this guy's like a top coach," and he is. He speaks like one, and he acts like one, and lives like one. I just want to say this: success is definitely, success is winning trophies, but better than this, I think at least 3 of the lads who were on that tour are in the PSL squad today. And I think actually, it's great to win the DDC. It's great to win the next gen trophy, but even better, you've got players that are then transitioning from there into the first team and playing at the highest level in South Africa and hopefully beyond. But I know they both agree with me here, creating better human beings.
Yeah,
and that's at the heart of what they're about, what we're about, what the football club's about.
And that comes through very, very strongly. And with that, I want to say thank you to Coach Van and Coach Jason. And hopefully we get to chat to you guys again. And maybe you must make the trip this side one day when you have a chance. No, it's a bit difficult sometimes. But we'd love to have you in studio sometime or other. But congratulations to you once again. And we're looking forward to being part of this journey with you guys.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having us. And God bless you all. Keep doing what you're doing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you from my side also. It's been an absolute privilege. All the best to you guys, especially for the year ahead. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye-bye. So that was Coach Jason and Coach Van from Stellenbosch FC. And we're going to go to a small, quick break. And then after that, we just get the thoughts of Bruce and as well as Mr. Live with Clive, who's been sitting quietly in his corner, just to hear their thoughts on the start of the football season, sport winter season in full effect here on CCFM.
I've been through some life.